All right. So today on NewbieVet, you got a special guest. We got my homegirl, Envi Royal. How's everything going for you?
It's going good. It's actually going great. I can't lie. I can't complain. Like, I know a lot of people say it can always be better, but
Right.
you know, it's going great.
Right.
Truly blessed. Like, I can't complain right now.
Right,
I really
okay,
can't.
okay.
I can't.
Okay, so you born and raised in Aiken?
Yes.
Okay, Aiken, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I stayed in Aiken for like 7, 8 years, you know, a little bit. But I was more in the country part. So you was in the city part of it?
Yeah, and I went to South Aiken, so I was over there. Like, I was definitely
South
in
Aiken. Okay.
Yes, the best high school.
The best high school.
Yes,
yeah.
ever.
Yeah, actually was, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I know people go watch this and be like, "Girl, I said it."
So what was it like growing up in Aiken for you? For you know, give me a little insight for people that don't know much about Aiken. You know, because mostly like country, you know, more horses and farming, and agriculture, and things like that.
It definitely caters to the equestrian
Right.
side of everything, and I notice a lot of people come there who are into that, or a lot of people go there too. They go to Aiken to retire. So yeah, it's a huge retirement area and everything, huge on equestrian. Of course, growing up there, it was like, it definitely wasn't like this, but like music and everything wasn't my focus anyway. Like, I played sports my entire life, and that was my focus.
Okay, always. So you was in basketball,
volleyball,
volleyball. Okay,
cheerleader. I ran track.
Okay.
The only thing I didn't do was, that one always gets me because basketball has always been my life. Right. I didn't start playing volleyball till college. I had a nice vertical, and literally my coach taught me how to play volleyball. Isn't that crazy?
Dang.
Swear. Like, I went out for the volleyball team at South Aiken because my friends were going out. They're like, "Come on, you know, she'll put you on the team." That was it, too.
You didn't want to be
I was just
out.
on the team, and that was it. I didn't play. I ain't get no playing time, no nothing. Like, but when I went to college, the coach there, I asked him, I told her, I said, "I'll fill the roster, I'll play." Because it's whatever, like, especially for the scholarship money. So I went through college, like, off athletic scholarships, but she was like, "I'll teach you." And yes, she did. And then I fell in love with it, and I became, like, I was a ranked player and everything. I mean, it was nice. It went really, really well for me. I went further in volleyball than I did basketball.
Yeah, okay.
So
it's more politics in basketball and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of stuff.
It is. Yeah. But with volleyball, it's like, I had that opportunity I was offered to go overseas and play and everything in Europe for volleyball. I didn't get offers like that in basketball. So, yeah.
But, that's crazy.
But for volleyball, I did. So it really made me, I don't know, I just really fell in love with volleyball.
So you think families need to get their kids more into other sports that's not as popular as basketball and football and baseball?
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, especially now. I feel like, why not? I understand trying to be the best at one thing, but do you know how much of an advantage you'll have if you go and it's like, well, it's all good. I didn't get that scholarship, but I got this one.
Right.
So it's like I can go through, you know, because you never know where you still might end up at. Like, my nephew, he plays middle school football, at North Augusta, and he is a quarterback as well as running back, you know, so he's like, "Yeah, I'm doing both," you know. I said, "That's good." I said, "That's great." Like, you know, try to excel at both of them because you just never know. You may get there and it's like, there's no guarantee you're going to play that position, or they may want you to play a different one. And it's like, can you? Are you going to be open to that? Like, you know, so yeah, I do feel like I get the whole focusing on one, but if they're just straight up talented and athletic, you might as well let them go be great at the other ones too.
Right.
And just y'all figure it out from there. Like,
right, yeah, at least give them a shot at it. And you'll never know. It might,
because you never know. I would have never guessed I'd fall in love with volleyball the way I did, or be as good at it as I was either. So you just never know.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So when did the music come into, you know, to the scene?
It after college, like, I got my offer to go overseas and play and everything, but after I graduated, but that's also right when I lost my dad. So it was kind of over for me. I literally haven't even played sports since then. I just gave all that up. And because that was like our thing. Like, you know, me and my dad, my mom, like, sports, like, I'm going to be famous one day. I'm going to make it to WNBA. I'm make it overseas. Like, all this stuff, you know, it was always sports, you know. But then when he passed, I actually didn't even walk with my class. I didn't even graduate. I literally went home. I didn't go back until that following semester. President of the college, he let me come back and let me take my finals and graduate, because when I lost him, it was right before all of that. So I was just about to graduate and everything. So
it just hit at the rough time.
Yeah, and that was the first time I had lost my grandmother and my grandfather, but not a parent,
Right.
So that was really life-changing for me.
You still have your other set of grandparents?
I just recently lost my granddad, my other granddad, my mom's dad, but yep, and my granny's still here, she's still kicking, still pushing. Still soldiers.
How old is she?
Tell her nothing. My granny, oh my goodness, so she's, 1936. I'm gonna try my best to do math in my head, 36. Y'all. Hold up. So in 2000, that's already 64 plus 6, 7, 8. What's that? 88?
Yeah, 88.
Or 86. Something 86, like that. 87, yeah.
Black folk, we all got an estimate.
Okay, right. No, for real though. So
85, 86, 87.
7, 8-ish, up there. In her 80s. She's in her 80s.
Right.
So,
okay. That's a beautiful thing, man. So it's. I think a lot of people need to appreciate the ones that's still around.
Yes.
Because you can learn so much from them.
And you can tell people don't do that no more. They don't appreciate, they take so much for granted. And it's like, I don't even understand how, because there's been so much loss lately, just so much going on in the world. It's like, how can you not appreciate life more and those who are still with you and everything? So,
right.
So yeah, I gotta agree with you there. They need to learn to appreciate the ones that are still here.
Thanks,
So
we ain't got no big mamas no more.
No, we do not. But you right though.
We don't.
We really don't.
How old was the new grandmama?
Shoot, the new mom's age, honestly, like a standard age for a mom is a grandmother now.
Yeah.
And even younger. Even younger. And I don't get it. And I feel like that's society and social media rules everything.
Because I think, that, and also the government too. Cause
definitely.
Because, the legal age for consent is 16 in Georgia. So, I don't know about Carolina. I think it's 16.
I was about to say, I thought it was the same,
16?
But I could be wrong.
16. But every 3 years they drop it down. So it'll be 15. Because you have a lot of 15 and 16-year-old pregnancies.
Right. But that's what the government wants.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
We know that's what they... Yeah. These days, you got to have children in order to get any type of assistance or help anyway in the first place, which I do not agree with, because it's like, what? Because I work so hard to build up and want to live decent, but it's like you really got to live below your means in order to be comfortable and everything. And that's not fair. Why can't I live somewhere nice? I worked hard for all this money. But then I can't even get no help because I make too much money. It's
that's weird. That's weird.
You do know I have bills, right? Like high ones. So I don't just take my money home and it's like, this is all mine. This is all mine right here. No.
That's crazy.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get into the music. So, you was doing hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop. And
rap.
How long you been doing hip hop for?
Ooh, 6 years. 6 years. It was 2016, 17.
Okay. So what was some high points in your 6-year career as far as you doing the hip hop?
Well, hearing myself on the radio. That was the biggest deal to me ever. The first time I ever heard myself on the radio. I don't know. I didn't know. In my mind, I was just like, oh, I made it now, Mom. I'm on the radio. Winning showcases, because I was back and forth to Atlanta so much doing, in North Carolina, doing showcases to get practice on performing. Because I knew nothing about that. The very first one I had up in North Carolina, I actually ended up winning the whole thing. And to this day, I'm still house.
How many artists was there?
It was 8. It was just 8. A couple more females. It was only 3 of us, female wise. I was the only female rapper. They were singers. And then guys that were just rapping and stuff. So it was 6.
Those be the toughest shows to win.
So
They'll be the toughest shows to win because you got so much variety.
But
one thing I don't like about those type of shows, not cutting you off, I hate how they mix up everybody because you can't really judge an R&B record to a rap record in a club or something like that.
Yep, you right.
It's like, how can you do that? How you can say this R&B record is not a hit, a bigger hit than this record?
Right, I do believe they need to start separating them more, which they don't. They're always just like, but like you said, that all goes back to what you said in the beginning. It's all financial. It's all about finances now. Yeah. So at this point, they don't care. They're just like, let them pay for the slot. Just let them pay. It doesn't matter. Like,
you can tell when you go to certain shows. Say like they might be looking for an artist. They want to sign someone. And you go on and they got poetry artists in there. You're like...
But right. No, because you are so right. Because Atlanta really used to show out, like, and do that. And I'm just like, what is this? Like, some I went to, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Because I learned so much and seen and witnessed and experienced so much in those 6 years of, my goodness.
Oh, yeah. I've been doing music forever, and it's like, see, one thing about Atlanta that Atlanta always popularized for is like, it's glamour. Mm-hmm. People run to Atlanta for the glamour, for the celebrity. Yep. It's a black Hollywood now.
It is.
But people also don't understand going to Atlanta. Atlanta is one of the biggest scamming cities in America.
Man,
too.
What? Like... Yeah, because I learned that too from doing these showcases. In my mind, I'm thinking, I'm just starting off and everything. I'm like, of course I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, these showcases. But at the end of the day, it's like, I won some and didn't win them all, but you could definitely tell which ones were like rigged and just did not make a bit of sense whatsoever. Because I'm looking like, so you mean to tell me they were better than, or they were, and it's like, wait, what? Because, okay, so as far as that goes, and that's how I feel about showcases too. That's how they all are. Yeah. And in my mind, if I really truly can enter a showcase, to win a deal or whatever, it's like, you can just check me out as an artist. Have me look at my EPK, listen to my music, you already know if you want to sign somebody before they get up here and whatever, you know?
Right.
Like...
Yeah, it's a money thing. It's like, all companies, they got to bring in a bag, some type of bag to keep flourishing. And they got to bring in a bag to go to the higher top.
Right.
So a lot of them do these shows, I call them the pyramid type shows, basically, where it's like, okay, you get the artists kicking this much money. You don't charge them all the same price. You charge them all different prices. Because you have different conversations with everybody.
Right.
So you charge different prices. Because, that's one, watch out for those shows. The ones that don't tell you how much you charge to perform, you got to call in to perform.
You got to, or send a text message.
Or text message.
Yeah,
you got to watch out for those because they tell people different prices, So I know that because I actually seen people do this, like, in person. Like, do that.
I bet you've witnessed it, especially being where you've been.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you've witnessed it.
I've had record executives tell me like, yo man, they just paid me just to come out here just to look at people. I ain't finna sign nobody. It's an easy bag.
I believe it too.
It's an easy bag. Like, so you gotta think. Yeah. You do a show and if I put like 6 labels going to be there, 9 out of 10 times they got paid just to be there. They're not signing nobody.
Right. But I just made all this money off these hungry artists and these starving artists and stuff. And off of saying, just that they're going to be there. And like you said, they're there. Imagine. But they're not going to, because I feel like if somebody really want to, you don't have to do that. You're not going to have to do that. If these labels, if they want you, they're going to find you. They're going to get to you or whatever. And then we have social media now these days. So it's like anything you want to see, if you can't see it there, why do I need to pay here to... I mean, don't get me wrong. If one called up and was like, hey, can you pay, for our time to sit and watch you come to the label, come whatever. We just want to see you perform, live or whatever in front of. That may be a little different story. But the way the showcases are set up and everything. Right. Scams.
Yeah. I tell artists, because it's it's a music business at the end of the day. So it's like, it's an investment. Like I tell people, like they provide shows because, artists are just like, they are necessities that we need. So what I mean by artist, meaning like, that's a business that'll never go out of business. So it's like,
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? People grow up every day. Babies grow up. Babies are born every day. So it's like every day there's always somebody want to be like, I want to rap. I want to sing.
Yep.
I want to do something.
I want to, right.
For the other 200 to be like, I don't want to invest into the record company scam, you got 500 people ready to sell, sign over.
Yes, goodness. And they just don't. It's sad, really, like it is. And they always get you with that. They try to guilt you into it and say, well, you got to invest in yourself. You got to invest in your craft. You got to, it's like, no.
I don't got to invest in you.
No. Like, no. And it's like, yeah, I am investing in you think I record for free?
Right.
You think this hair free? You think this to try and keep up appearance? You think all this free? You think gas is free when I need to go somewhere and perform? When I gotta go to the studio, whatever, mastering, mixing. Then you got videos. Then you got promotion, marketing. You got all these things.
Right.
And on top of that, you want to tag on a $200 slot to come perform and me cross my fingers and hop on stage and grab the mic like, oh man, I hope I get like. That doesn't even make it just don't make sense. It doesn't now. I wish I knew now what I knew then.
Right.
But I had to, but along the way, you have to. And I'm very glad that I did. I'm glad I went through all the experiences, both good and bad. Because I wouldn't have known if I didn't.
You wouldn't know. You still be doing mistakes now.
I would still be, yes, goodness. But now, I'll tell somebody no in a heartbeat and won't think twice about it. I will not even, or won't even entertain them, won't even ask no questions or nothing. Because when you approach me or come at me, I can already tell how this conversation is going to go. So sometimes I don't even respond to people because like, what? Did you really thought, you sat there and thought it was a good idea to say that to me or to send me, try to work with me like that? Like, no.
Right.
So.
Right. Then a lot of, dealing, because you're a female. Too is rough because it's like you don't know if somebody's trying to work with you on the benefit of working with you or they're trying to get close to you. So
that's the biggest thing I struggle with.
Yeah, the biggest
thing I struggle with, especially now.
Why you think is that?
You're right there because I'm female and because that's the way we're portrayed. Like we're portrayed as I scroll across. I was on TikTok the other day. I scrolled across this video and the guy was like. It was like nobody, and then it was like every female rapper in the game right now, and he just started talking about, saying all the bad words, all the just everything, about the body, the fucking just everything, all of it, and I'm like, oh my God, that is so true, and that's how it was getting like that for me. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, like I love myself, very proud of my body, my everything like that or whatever. However. It's like when you got people telling you, hold on, when you gonna make it, you better start rapping about, you know what I'm saying? I should have asked you this beforehand, whatever, like, I can curse? Yeah. Because,
you curse.
I've been sitting here like, wait a minute, should I say that?
No, go ahead.
No, but it was seriously like, fucking and sucking and dick this and dick that, like all of it.
That.
If you not gonna portray yourself that way, you're not gonna make it. That's what they kept telling me. So I got a little, but then it got to the point where it became a little uncomfortable for me. Dang, like you making me, it's so much pressure. Like I have to be this way and I gotta, like I just.
I tell all female artists, like, you don't have to go that route, but understand once you open that gate, it gotta remain open because it's like, especially the bigger you get. That's like Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion start covering up her butt and everything, she lose fans.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, for real.
Like, for real.
You right, because they're going to be like, well, now, wait a minute, because what she got on? Yeah. What's going on here?
What's going on?
Like, if you're not going to be a sex symbol, I just feel like there's a tasteful way to doing it.
Right.
There's a very tasteful way to doing it. Like, embody the sexiness and everything. Right. But why can't it be tasteful? And they act like that's so impossible. Like, they just,
Right. Because everything can be tasteful, man. I mean, and I just hate where if a female showing her shape, they automatically consider her as free game. She easy. Or
she's willing to do whatever to get this part or to get this performance, this slot, whatever. But no, like, I'm sorry, but we're just not out like that. I tell people all the time, like, I chose to take the stairs, not the elevator. Hey, to each his own. You know, I'm not nobody's hustle. And if that's how you got there, hey, by all means. But it's like, this is my choice. I'm going to choose to go the other route. So that's just what it is. So that's what I did.
So you took a break from rap, right? And then you transferred to R&B. So what made you change to R&B? Like, you know, you straight R&B now, right? You still do both.
Yeah.
You mix it in.
No, I don't actually. I had 2 other features that I was paid for and all that, whatever, to rap. So I did those, like, but that was it.
That was it. Okay.
Yeah. So the R&B, the rap, I don't know, it just wasn't fun anymore. It wasn't fun anymore. And I allowed people to take the fun out of it for me. And also, I didn't feel like I was getting out of it what I was putting into it. Like, because it was so much. I was doing so much. I was putting so much into it. And not just financially. Like, my blood, sweat, and tears went into this shit. And I didn't feel like I was getting anywhere. Yeah. And people felt like I was, but it's like, no, you have no idea. Like, no idea. Yeah.
Like, we don't do this for likes and comments and shit. Like, we do this for
and I'm not gonna
a return.
I don't. Right. Right, exactly.
I don't. Be better than what, you know, we got to at least feel like, okay, it was worth it.
And people go off of that all the time. They're like, oh, she only got such and such likes on this. Like, okay. Believe me when I say, when I post anything, it's for people to see. And it's for, like, my fans and friends and family to keep up with what I got going on and everything. Yeah. If you think for a second that I ever post something for a like, a share, a view, whatever, I'm going to post it. Whether you publicly show that you saw it and you like it does not matter, but I bet you saw it. Right. Because that's the purpose of it. I don't care if you liked it or not, or if you shared it or whatever, that's fine. Like, but you saw it, didn't you? So.
Facts. Big facts. So what made you, with the R&B stuff, like, you've been working on some new music, R&B music?
I have. I did, like, with Closure, it was crazy because I tried it. Like, I was writing it, I had these songs written. Okay. And I feel like a song, I feel like the beat determines what genre it goes to. Because you can literally take a song and it's like, I got these songs written. Well, what are they? What kind of song is it? Well, it could be a love song, but depending on what kind of beat I put to it, it's going to distinguish between whether or not it is a rap song or hip hop song or if it's an R&B song. Right. So that's why I had, like I said, I had all these songs written and I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to demo them and try to sell them to, like, singers and stuff over in Atlanta, whatever. So then I started demoing it and it was a bit challenging, but I liked that. I feel like I was falling in love with music all over again because it was challenging for me. And I was just like, and then when I was getting it, I was just like, man, you know, this actually don't sound bad. I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to do my own. I'm going to try it. So I tried. Why Do You was released like 2 years ago. It ended up being my most popular record. I'm talking about from the shares to the likes, the views, the streams, all of it. Why Do You ended up being the biggest, like, you know, everything. So from there, however, I was working with other people. Yeah. It was just like, and they kind of didn't even know that I was going to drop Why Do You and do it the way I did it, but I did it anyway because I believed in it and I was like, oh, I'm going to do it. Right. And then they're just like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're not going this route. We're not, you know. And so I went back to just finish rapping and everything. And that was that. So I allowed them to steer me back in that direction again.
And it's like
right.
Because I guess everybody's so used to you doing it. And it's like, I guess everybody, well, she raps, she gonna forever rap. I guess you gotta really prove to them, like, hey, I'm done. This is what I am doing now.
Yeah, because it still irritates, like, it irritates my soul when people are still trying to book me to come and rap and stuff. No. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that right now.
Not doing it right, yeah.
If you got any, like, lounge opportunity, any R&B opportunity, you know, whatever shows and stuff like that, then I'm all for it. Right. But how does that look if I'm trying to, like, change lanes with my brand and everything, you know, of course I'm always gonna be Envi the rapper. Everybody knew me from that, you know, and that's kind of how I put myself out there. Right. But I'm doing R&B now, so it's like, no, guys, I'm not coming to perform old songs okay, but I appreciate you liking them and everything, but no, I'm not. Right. I'm not doing that. But thank you. But no.
Right. So, all right. So so are you doing like what type of R&B are you doing? Like, is it neo soulish? Is it southern soulish? Is it R&B ish? Like, you know.
It's like, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a little bit of everything. Okay. Yeah, when you listen to the records on there, that's another reason why I compiled them together the way I did too, because I felt like each one gives me a different vibe. Like, Ain't No Reason gives me like Ashanti vibes. Fed Up gives me like Erykah Badu. Think You Better Call Tyrone vibes, which is what influenced that record. So. And of course, like the Ashanti one, like influenced the Ain't No Reason. So it's like The Best Thing, that's like my little Southern Soul bonus track, you know, track number 5. So that's I get a lot of good reaction from like the grown folks, you know. I listen to it at the cookout and stuff like that, you know.
Okay.
I get that. And that's how I wanted to do it, because I feel like, I'm like, okay, I can go here, I can go there with this. Right. You know, Closure is just strictly like, basically, heartbroken. I need closure from everything that just happened, everything that just whatever, you know. Right. So that's what that is. However, now I am writing, so it's more like sexy R&B. It's like what I'm writing now. So my next project I release, that's what it's gonna be. Okay. It's gonna be on sometime.
So what type of R&B did you grow up listening to?
Ooh, like the 90s and, you know, Monica, Brandy, of course, Ashanti, SWV.
SWV, okay.
And, who were the other? Oh, Escape. Like them. Yeah, all them.
Okay. You got your playlist pretty tight, huh?
Them female, yeah. So, yeah, you know. I did, like, I mean, it was males that I listened to, like, I definitely was a Pretty Ricky fan. I was definitely a Pretty Ricky fan. Genuine, Tank, all them, like.
Okay, so let's get on this Pretty Ricky. Okay, I was having a conversation with my boy. We was talking about Pleasure P. He told me that Pleasure P can blow. I told him he's tripping. He's bullshitting.
I know you talking about like blow, like singing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So, wait. So, are we talking about the same member from?
I was like, are you talking about Spectacular, Slickum, Be With Them?
Like, right.
I said, no. I said, he has a tune. He can't sing.
I tell people, like, yeah, because I'm like, I can't sing like Jennifer Hudson Blow, you know, but I can carry a tune, though, and I can, and that's why I tell people, I'm just like, I can do that, just like that. Right. That's exactly how I explain it, because I'm like, don't get it twisted. Like, not Beyonce in this thing. However, I can carry my own tune. I can drop some, you know, like.
Hey, but within time, you can be that.
But and I want to be like, I definitely want to enhance like my vocals and everything, like the vocal training, all that stuff. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. Yeah, I'll just try to remind people. Don't go into this thing listening like, let me see who this girl can really sing. Try
to compare you already to Rihanna and everybody.
Thank you, because wait, what are you doing? Like, because that's not what's going on here. Because you go into it with expectations, that's how you get disappointed. So
I mean, I like that. I like your honesty. You know, because a lot of artists, they be so big in their head, they think they. And don't get me wrong, we all artists and we all sensitive about our shit.
Right, of course.
So but you still gotta take criticism and know what levels and what areas you need to work on, so that way you can get better at it.
Yes.
Don't take it as an insult or something. You know what I'm saying?
It's so personal.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad you're open with it. Cause a lot of people can't be open with their stuff.
Yeah, they do that, and I'll admit, a long time ago, no, I wasn't like that. You know, when I got real good at rapping, I was like, oh, you can't tell me nothing. I'm like, I can body any beat, I can hop on whatever. I'm nicer than half these niggas out here. Like, when I really got into it and really started going there, like, you really couldn't tell me nothing.
You got in your prime.
I had to learn, like, you have to be able to accept that criticism, everything like you said, and apply it where it needs to be applied.
Yeah.
And just take it with a grain of salt, man. But you can't take it personal.
Yeah.
And the growth with me is definitely there now because, but even at this point, I'll still listen if people try to tell me because I want to know. I need to know. I haven't been everywhere. I don't know everything, and I don't go into anything with that type of mentality or attitude because they're like I was telling you before, it's only so far I can get by myself. So I have to. I want the help. Like I need the help, the advice, the wisdom, all of it. So
it helps you grow.
Yeah, I'm like a sponge. I try to soak up everything and learn whatever I can. Apply it to my music, my everyday life, period. Just all that.
Okay. Cool. So you seen the I know you heard about the Will Smith Chris Rock slap and stuff like that.
Yeah.
About the Jada Pinkett and all that other stuff. Do you think Chris Rock was out of line for that? I asked everybody this for you. Cause I be trying to get everybody's opinion on the guys and the females.
Right. I'm definitely gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say I know when it comes to comedians, it's like they're gonna hit below the belt. Okay, we get it. During the show, when you go in, it's like everybody fair game is like, anybody. Yeah. However, I feel like, but considering the circumstances, like what she has is not something. I mean, that's the disease, like something she suffers from, everything, and that's your friend. Like, what are you doing? You know, and this is a national televised thing. Like, what are you doing? I feel like there's a time and place for everything. Yeah, if it was in an intimate setting and they were in their home or something, he made a joke like that, I still feel like Will would have been a bit offended. As well as her. Like, all right, come on now, like, chill out. Especially if you know how she feels about it, you know how sensitive she is over it. So you chose to embarrass her in front of everybody. It was the principle behind the situation, and it was just how it happened. And I think people are just more so everybody was trying to excuse him because he's a comedian, because that's what people do. So it gives them the right to say whatever they want to say. It's how people look at it. I feel like at your show or something, okay, gotta make money, that's your fans, I get it, you know, but something like that, no,
because at the end of the day, you don't know that, this is why you don't know, the struggles and the pain that he had to, when they go to bed and close that door. He gotta,
Exactly. And I felt like it was just real inconsiderate. And it's like, this wasn't no stranger you did this to. Like, this man was your friend, and you chose to do that to his wife. And it's not the first time you done did it, and too. And then, I was reading about that too. So I feel like it was a build up to that point too. And it's like Will has probably even addressed it before. Like, you seriously need to, like, just chill out a bit. Like, but you chose to do that. So I felt like in return, you should have been just as humiliated as everybody keeps saying what they would have done or wouldn't have done. But something like that, you don't know what you would have done unless you were in that situation. So you think this will affect Will's career? Like, this really impact his career? He's been banned from the Oscars and Academy thing, but do you think this will, like, that one event will just seriously hurt his legacy? I look at it like, because I look at it with Bill Cosby. Right? Bill Cosby's legacy was destroyed by rape charges and allegations and stuff like that. Will's is more of, he slapped Chris Rock because Chris Rock insulted. That can be 50-50 conversation on who you have the conversation with, because some people be like, well, and the purpose behind it.
He got a bigger brand, he shouldn't do that. But I'm like, that's neck and neck with that conversation.
Right. People tend to forget that they are human too. They are human.
Right.
They're not just like these walking robots, celebrity robots. It's like, y'all like these people not supposed to feel or react ever. I get it. Like, when they're building you up, even in like an artist development thing, they're gonna tell you like how to address certain things in interviews, they're gonna coach you on these things. So I get that. But considering the circumstances, like, I would have slapped him too. Like, everybody know how crazy he is over that woman. And like, you chose to take it there. So, but like you said, as far as it, I gotta be on the fence about that. I don't know, because I feel like it was purpose behind why he did what he did. He didn't just go do something crazy, and it's like, oh my God, why? Right. It's like a lot of people are on his side. I feel like just as many people are on his side that aren't. But people are gonna not deal with him because of what other people are gonna say and think. Right. Not because it's like, come on, it's Will Smith. Right. Like, this dude is ridiculously talented. Are you crazy? So, but I'm not gonna deal with him though because I'm afraid of what people might say. Like, no. No. Yeah. Like,
yeah. So, you thought about doing some acting?
Yes. Like, I'm really excited about that part too because, of course, I never have before. I've never acted before or anything. And a lot of people are just like, they think I'm so focused on the music, but I'm not. Like, I'm trying to build Envi Royal as a brand, period.
Everything.
Yes.
Right.
The music is just where it started. It's how Envi came about, you know? So, but from there, it's like, I've been working on my clothing line. It was really just a fitness line, really, for a his and her fitness line. And my beauty and cosmetics line, and I've been doing so much. And then I'm just like, because I want to elevate, I want to keep going. I don't want to just focus on music, but a lot of my main focus is there while still working on other things too, because things take time. Everything.
You know the crazy thing, if I tell you this, and this is true, music is always the last thing that gets you paid. What I mean by that is like, think of, okay, let's break it down. Okay, let's Rihanna, right?
Yeah.
She's a billionaire now, right? Where did her billions come from?
Of course, her, like, Fenty. Definitely from,
fashion.
Yeah.
Far away from, not even, I mean, but it's still music related, but it's fashion.
Still, right.
The least amount of money she makes is from music.
Yep, you right about that.
Okay, she make a couple millions from music. She made
but
billions.
Compared to billions that she's making over here. Yeah, so, she went crazy.
Okay, Jay-Z, Beyonce. Music, over here. They big bag, over there. You know what I'm saying? The things they do, the real estates, the sports organizations,
all the other
Beehive, all that stuff.
You are so right.
Music always be the last thing. They barely even drop songs and stuff now. They don't need to.
Right.
They got so much money. What brought them the money is there. Even with Jay-Z, his music is the least amount of money he's made. He's made bigger money in liquor, clothes, movies, everything else. And it's like Puff Daddy, same thing.
I was about to say, same thing with him too.
Same thing with him.
I feel like they established themselves in the music industry. Then they was like, okay, I made a name for myself now, so now let me branch off into this and that. Because I know my supporters going to follow me there, and I'm going to gain new supporters and fans too. So that's exactly, like, I ain't even going to lie to you. That is exactly where I'm going with this, what I'm trying to do with this. And I tell them it's way more, because like you said, money-wise, oh, heck no. Yeah. You know, I like my little royalty deposits I get, you know, every quarter and stuff like that. And some people who do, you know, they got all this streaming now, so people won't even pay $1 for your music anymore.
That's the crazy thing. I hate it. That's like one reason, I took a break on music. I didn't like the way, I don't like nobody to dictate how I should sell my music or how much money I got to make off independent music. Right. So it's like, you know, which they do that by, okay, they make it where they enhance and make Spotify, Amazon, well, these are the must have to be an artist, which is not true.
Heck no. I tell people you make like, what is it?
0.0000 half a penny. 0.00.
I'm like, is there even a such thing as half a penny?
It's a digital coin.
Really, it's not even. Unless you got millions and billions of streams, you are not making no money.
You know how much money you get off 1 million streams? $1,000.
And people are so. I will admit that was one thing that was disappointing to me too, because in those 6 years, I was so focused on. I was like, I felt so accomplished because my music was on iTunes and my music was here, my music was there, and then I found out it's like anybody can release music on. They don't care. They don't care about the quality of it. They don't care about they just do not care. So that kind of took away from it for me, because I thought, man, you know, like, ooh, look at me. You know, I'm here. Like, I've accomplished this. I've made it here. But then it's like anybody can do this. And then when I discovered that, I was like very disappointed.
And that's even with the growth of music. Like, I remember when back in, everything was tape based. They had everything by cassette tapes. And, people used to sell their single tapes and they used to sell their records and stuff like that. And, out of the trunk, made all their money. Well, now it's like, you got to get people to actually buy stuff, but it's like too many people. Everybody be so focused on getting digital streams. They want to have monthly listeners, like, which is cool and all, but that don't bring in a bag like that.
It's not. It's really not. I did a little Spotify promotion to get reactions, feedback on the music, stuff like that. But I didn't put a lot of money into that because
you got to put in so much money.
I mean, for what? Like. I'm definitely not going to see any of it. I'm not going to, I don't feel like it'll benefit me whatsoever. So I'm trying to take everything I have learned not to do over the past 6 years, So that's how I'm applying it now. But I definitely don't put much into that. That's for sure.
Yeah. Like I said, the best way to be an artist these days is go get out, meet these people personally so they can see your face. So they can know who you are. They can meet you in person. So that way the reaction is natural.
Exactly.
On social media or
whatever. Networking is very important. That's one thing I can say I benefited from doing all those showcases, whether they were rigged or not. I met so many people. I loved it. Like, that was the best part of it, meeting so many different people and networking with so many different people. And that's what I took from that. Like, I never really even entered them to say, hey, I really want to win. That was just always a bonus if I did. It was to practice and to perform, my dancers and stuff like that. So, yeah, but you're right. That type of no money. I make no money off of that.
No money at all. But I just hate it. That's why I've noticed that there's always a lot of rappers like they getting into podcasting now. You make podcasters make more money than rappers.
Yeah, I've made more money selling my T-shirts than I've ever made off my music. In 6 years. They
can meet you in person, so that way the reaction is natural.
Exactly.
On social media.
Because networking is very important. That's one thing I can say I benefited from doing all those showcases, whether they were rigged or not. I met so many people. I loved it. Like, that was the best part of it, meeting so many different people and networking with so many different people. And that's what I took from that. Like, I never really even entered them to say, hey, I really want to win. That was just always a bonus if I did. It was to practice and to perform, my dancers and stuff like that. So, yeah, but you're right. That type of no money. I make no money off of that.
No money at all. But I just hate it. That's why I've noticed that there's always a lot of rappers like they getting into podcasting now. You make podcasters make more money than rappers.
Yeah, I've made more money selling my T-shirts than I've ever made off my music. In 6 years. Okay? Because you can go to TuneCore and CD Baby, all that, look at everything you ever made and everything. Right. Man, I could sell a few shirts and that's sad. That's sad. That's crazy. Because God forbid I sit there and really add up everything I've spent on mixing, mastering, recording. Oh my gosh.
I don't even want to look at how much money I anyway.
Right? No, really, because I feel like I should, because the next person to tell me, well, you need to invest in your craft. The next person to tell me that I'm going to send them those receipts. Because, what? Are you kidding me?
I'm glad you said. I wish I did have my receipt for that. Because if I can calculate all the shows I've ever paid to get in, all the events I done paid to get in, the studio time, all that stuff. Woo.
It's like, at what point is it enough? Like, when do I sit here? When do I sit here and say, okay, I'm done doing my free shows now. I'm done, charity benefits, stuff like that. I'll do something like that if it's for a great cause. Right. I will. But it's like, where does it stop? Right. Like, when do I get to say, okay, when do I get to start trying to get out what I'm putting into this? And people act like this is a never ending thing. They're just like, oh, well, no, I've now when they ask me to do not, and I am going to post this. This is definitely going to be a post. I do not perform for free. I do not pay to perform. I do not. I mean, you know, unless we talking James Brown Arena or something, and it's a big deal, big show, big R&B, you know, because I would be crazy not to pay for something like that.
Yeah.
But please do not try to sell me no kind of slots out of one of these little clubs around here that I've literally performed on almost every stage over here in my 6 years. Right. So don't you dare. And don't dare try to hit me with we just trying to give artists the opportunity to...
That opportunity
no.
kills me.
What opportunity are you actually trying to give me? How do you think it's going to benefit me?
That conversation should go to people that just started rapping like a month ago or something.
Thank you. Because they need these type of opportunities and that type of exposure. Because they overplay that exposure and that opportunity where like, my goodness, nothing irritates me
I can tell.
Than that. Or I give you a section in a bottle and some food, whatever. What, wings? Because if you did your research, like I don't even eat meat, so no. Right. And I actually don't even drink like that when I'm in the clubs like that. I really don't. But they don't even.
Right.
But try to convince me by saying, but it'd be packed, or it'd be this, it'd be that. Well, if you're making all this money, then you shouldn't have no problem paying me to come perform. Right. So since it's so packed, because I'm missing something here,
Facts.
So yeah.
Right. That's true. That's true. All right. So what are some updates that you working on that you got, some other thing that you got planned and stuff coming up?
Well, the project that I'm working on, I call it My Baby Making Music, because that's what it is. It's like real sexy and bare, and it's going to be done, right on time for Valentine's, that February, opening first quarter and all that good stuff. I'm going to get it right. So I'm going to have a whole event around that. That release is going to be something serious. Especially if y'all know I'm already planning it now. I've been working on it. So, because I want it to be like an experience, like not even just I went to her release party the other day, like no, like I had the whole experience here. This is what happened, this is how it was, this is what it was, like, so that's what I'm working on for that. I'm also working on a small exposure tour because I'm trying to get myself out there. That's one thing I never did before. I was performing here, maybe here and there in Atlanta with showcases, but I never really put myself out there. So been in touch with a few. So the way I'm doing it, like I'm reaching out to different little lounges and different little spots and events that are coming up, and asking them about letting me come perform and let me add it to my list of places. And then I reach out to the local radio stations there, ask them if I can come maybe for an interview or do an over the phone interview, something like that. Maybe even like a small meet and greet, just kind of let people, come and meet me, talk to them and see, when I'm in that particular area or city, something like that. So I'm just kind of trying it out. A lot of this stuff has just been trial and error for me. I have no idea what I'm really truly doing. There's no formula I'm following.
Cause there's no formula. You're making your own recipe.
I am, because I feel like one thing may not work for everybody, or for the other people. So I can't.
Oh my God, yes. You said it.
It just don't. Just because it worked for me don't mean it's going to work for you. I'm more than happy to tell you how I got to this point, how I went about going. That does not necessarily mean. So I think that's what we should do too. More of encourage more people to establish their own lane. Create your own lane. Get there however you see fit or whatever works for you. I do so much trial and error. You would think that the way I carry myself, I have had people think that I am some kind of sign. No. I just do what works for me. And I try different things. It either work or it don't. Yeah. But I don't never feel like a failure. I don't ever feel like a failure. I'm just okay, it didn't work that way. So I'm just trying to find another way for it to work. Yeah. And that's what I'm doing. But that's it. I let the people know, you know what I mean? I really don't know what I'm doing though, y'all. I don't. Not at all, But that's the beauty of it. Yeah. It really is.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. So before we slide off on NewbieVet, how can they get in contact with you for booking and features? Mm-hmm. Booking and features only, guys. And your social information. A lot of people watch the show a lot.
Oh man, listen.
Yeah.
like he said, bookings and features only, guys and girls. You know.
Yeah.
But you can email me regarding anything, even send beat packs, all that stuff. Like it's rmmusicllc@gmail.com. That's my booking email and all that. Again, that's rmmusicllc@gmail.com. All of my social media is the exact same. It's all at Envi Royal.
I'm glad you said that.
ENVIROYAL.
That is so perfect that you did that. I'm glad that you did that, because I don't understand why artists be having different names for different.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing.
How to find you?
Right. I feel like the fact that I feel like that's such a big thing, because when you type in my name on literally anything, that's just what it is. So what I promoted or whatever, I put all of the icons and then I just put at Envi Royal. Yeah. Because I don't need to change it. There's no different. You can literally, even when you Google me, everything is the same. Yeah. Everything. So it's not. When I tell you I'm really working on this brand, like, in the process of having my name, copyrighted, trademark, all that good stuff, just all of it. Because, I will become a household name pretty soon, you know. That's my plan. That's my goal.
Bad. Say any love you want to shout out?
Of course, my family and friends, especially my mom. Y'all know that's my girl. Y'all know that's my best friend in the whole wide world. Hey, Mama Royal. You know, y'all know that's my girl. You
hey,
know,
Mama Royal.
Yeah. Everybody loves my mom. Like, I love her, man. That lady, oh, my gosh. Yeah. I wouldn't be sitting here without her. Like, I can honestly say that. And, of course, my sisters, like, my family and friends in general, they are my biggest supporters and my biggest. I ain't even gonna start saying names, because if I start saying names and I don't say specific names, people are gonna be mad and upset. So just mom, I love you, but y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know who y'all aren't, and y'all know who y'all are. So I'm not even gonna start dropping name dropping, because you miss one name, that's the end of the world, right? Man, well, she cool for 8 years. So I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna set myself up like that.
There you go.
Y'all know exactly who you are and who you aren't, but just know, family, I freaking love y'all, and my friends, like my real true friend. I love y'all, like I do, and y'all know I wouldn't even be here without y'all, seriously. So yeah, and of course, shout out to you, the studio, everything is just. This is a big deal. Stuff like this is like. I love stuff like this.
This is the first studio like this down in Augusta ever.
Oh my, that's what I'm saying. And it's over here. Right. You know, it's not really a lot of opportunities and stuff so you're creating them instead of constantly complaining about, there's not this and there's not that. Yeah. You're doing something about it, you know? I don't know why people just don't do that instead of.
I don't know. I don't understand that neither. Cause I like, if you sit back and I'm always a person where I'm a trendsetter. I don't like to follow people. If everybody going right, all right, y'all, I'm finna go up.
Right. Not even left. I'm
finna go up.
So it's like, he went all the way. Okay. Like, wait a minute. So yeah.
Yeah, like that's trying to be different. Because when I was trying to find, like what Augusta needs. I'm always trying to do something different. So I was like, okay, they didn't have an interview platform now. And so 5 years ago, I did start doing NewbieVet, which is this. And it's the popular, the popular one in the city. And then in the production studio, we didn't have a production studio down here. The nearest one is in Atlanta. So
it's like everything's over there.
In Atlanta. So I'm like, okay, you need something in the middle where all my, my fan base and a lot of my clients are in South Carolina. So they don't like to take their 4.5 hours to Atlanta all the time. Maybe they just want to
and Augusta's right here.
Hours, so.
It's perfect. Like, this is good. So, this is great. Because you really are giving everybody feels like they got to move for everything. Nah.
You just got to have an idea.
No, you just got to, and actually implement it. Don't just have the idea. Like, don't just have the idea. Because then they be mad when somebody else doing it. They're like, oh, man,
I had that idea. I was going to do that.
Like, no, you weren't. And you just,
fact.
So,
just
go for it, man. Do it. Like, just do it.
Bet.